What's up, witches? I'm Casey. Welcome to Bewitching Beauty. Before we jump into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. It only takes 2 seconds to hit that like button, and it is super helpful for my channel. Also, if you are enjoying my videos, don't forget to share it with others. My Instagram is under the same as my YouTube, Bewitching Beauty by Casey. That is a K and a C. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. Today, we are trying out yet another indie brand. I am super excited to jump into another indie brand. As you can see, I came up with this, again, very dark, maybe borderline, a little witchy look, which we love on this channel, and so it shall continue. Today, we worked with Adept Cosmetics. Now, this, again, like in my Makeup Geek video, was a customizable palette. So it did come with the magnetic palette and a foam divider that you can use to keep the shadows divided. And it came with 10 different eyeshadows. So I think they had a selection of like 50 plus, maybe 75 different shadows you could choose from, mattes, shimmers, and a few of their diamond shadows. So this, I think, again, ran me somewhere near $40 with shipping, tax, and the cost of the makeup. We are going to try this guy out today, so if you want to see how I got this look, stick around. Like I mentioned in my intro, today we are playing with Adept Cosmetics. This one is another indie brand that I'm trying out, and just like the Makeup Geek shadows that I tried out, this one is a customizable palette. So in this palette, you received the palette itself, which is like this cool faux, almost like alligator skin, but it's faux, white on the outside, same material, but black on the inside. In customizing a palette, you got the palette itself, which is magnetic, just like the Makeup Geek was, so these shadows will pop right in and out of here, like so. So you received the palette itself, which is magnetic, so you can customize it. You also receive 10 eyeshadows, and it is a mixture of mattes, shimmers, and they have a few of their diamond shades that you can select from to create the customized palette with the 10 shadows. Now, the palette itself did come with a little foam divider that fits right into the magnetic palette, but as my husband and I discovered, this is completely removable and I don't care for it, so I got rid of it. Additionally, once you remove that foam divider, you can actually fit a third full row of eyeshadows in here. I just kind of threw these in here towards the end, but if you wanted to, you could fit additional shadows that are the same square shape. This is roughly the same size as the Makeup Geek shadows, so I'm sure it's not confined to, well, you can only put Adept eyeshadows in an Adept palette. It's magnetic, these are pretty universal, so it's nice to have on hand. Today, I will be testing the formula for the first time. I have been enjoying the last couple of videos. Again, I have said it 10 times now, really enjoying trying out some of these smaller indie brands, but also this has been kind of fun with the Makeup Geek one as well. Being able to kind of customize my own palette and choose my own colors has been, I don't know, pretty creative and pretty fun, even though some of these colors look exactly like the other colors. Don't judge me. Don't you judge me. So that's what we will be doing today. I already have eyebrows on and concealer on. I think today I'm gonna do something just like a teeny bit different. I am actually going to use an eyeshadow primer. This one is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it is their eye primer. I have tried this before. It is bright fucking white. So if you want something with a very clear, apparent, bright base, this would be the one for you. I would bear in mind though, as you will see as I'm putting this on, a teeny little bit goes a very, very long way. You can totally overdo it, so try to avoid that. It is, I think their travel size is like $13. I can't actually remember. I think I got this in a set of something. Regardless, so I'm going to be using this today. I've had a few issues lately with my concealer creasing as my eyeshadow base, so all of you eye primer enthusiasts who are coming for me and talking your shit, I know, maybe I'm wrong, people can change, so I'm going to try this out today and see if that works any better with the Adept Cosmetics eyeshadows. Let's just go ahead and zoom you guys on in and we will get started on the eyes. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and use the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, so I'm going to take a little bit of that on my eyelids, use a synthetic brush to blend it out, and we'll go ahead and jump into Adept. To start, I am going to begin in the transition with this lightest kind of peachy shade that I have right over here, and I'm going to start that as my transition shade in the crease. I mean, so far so good. It's blending out really nicely. I like the shade. Next, I'm going to go in with this kind of mossy green shade right here into the crease also. Okay, sometimes colors don't always layer over each other well, and this green does pull just a little bit mustardy, but I really like how it's sitting over that peach shade, which could have really gone badly. I've got that green kind of mossy shade all blended out. I'm really happy with how it looks. I will say though, it did take some time to really build that color. So if you have the patience to build and build and build and build, it's a great color. It reads really beautifully, but it will require a little bit of patience. So I'm gonna go into this color right here. Now, this almost looks kind of tealy on camera. I don't know, after my husband plays with this in post-production, it might look more true to its actual color, but this color is actually like a bluish purple right here, and it has like a specific shift to it because it's one of their diamond shadows, and so it is a very interesting color, but it is not reading on camera. It's so disappointing. Okay, so I'm gonna go into a smaller shading brush. I'm gonna go ahead and dip into that color, wet it with my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and I'm gonna start applying that to the lid and see if that is enough. I really hope that the color starts to read a little better once I get it on the eyelid, because I love this color in person. So after I have applied that with the wet brush, I generally do this with all of the shimmer shadows that I wear. I will go back in with my finger and pat a little bit more on top. For me, it just helps to sort of set that shimmer in place. So I'm gonna do that now. I now have that color all the way up to my crease and then up a little further than my crease. Honestly, this greenish color is almost kind of like a grungy type of look, and I have no interest in making this into a structured, perfectly lined, cut crease type of a situation, because this blue is so pretty. I would rather just wear it all over my face. I'd wear it as a highlighter if I didn't look batshit crazy for doing it. So what I'm going to do on the bottom is I am going to line my bottom lash line, and then I am going to buff it out with this deepest kind of purpley color and just sort of smoke it out, like super smoky, because on the top these colors are, like I said, kind of grungy, and I really want that bottom to be super blown out. So let's do that. Now I am going to take a blending brush and buff that shit out like crazy. I think what can definitely be said for the Adept shadows is they are pigmented as fuck. So this color that I just put on my under eye, which is ACM20, is very maroon toned in the pan, but the second you get it onto skin, it turns purple. And it is super dramatic. I am like loving the fact that this purple eyeshadow is matching my new hair right now. So that's fun. But I think realistically that the top was just a little too boring for me. You know, now that we have this absolute insanity all over my face, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off camera. I'm gonna do my lashes and liner, and I'll be right back. Now I have lashes on. These are Moxie lashes in the style Bossy, and some of my Smashbox Superfan on the lower lash line. So now let's do some face stuff. I am going to blush with my Face Beauty Blush in Paradise. I don't care, I like it. I'm gonna do I think the third one in. Oh no. Moving on to the part that I actually like. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Tribe Highlighter Volume 3 by Juvia's Place. Not gonna contour today. I got enough shit on my face as it is. I am just going to put on a gloss. This is Buxom's Full On Lip Plumping Polish, whatever. It's Buxom's lip gloss. It's my favorite. I love it. This is the shade Dominique. Let's do some setting mist and call it a day. This is the finished look. Honestly, my overall thoughts on Adept Cosmetics, I have nothing bad to say. The shimmers are beautiful. The mattes blend out beautifully. I am really happy with this custom palette that I made, and I am very excited to especially get some more of their diamond shadows, because like this color, is so beautiful, and I just really enjoyed working with these shadows. So I'm really impressed. Lately I have been working with all of these indie cosmetics formulas, and they are all very impressive. So it's really exciting that I have just been able to kind of like step away from the Sephora and Ulta side of the world and test out some of this stuff that is not very well known, and potentially I hope other people will get to see it from my channel or from other people's Instagrams or whatever and try this stuff out, because it's not nearly as expensive as certain things like Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath, Anastasia, Beverly Hills. That list goes on, and we all know it does. So very happy with this. Adept Cosmetics, absolutely would recommend. Loved working with this. We'll definitely be grabbing a couple more shades in the future and using this, incorporating this more into my routine from now on. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed trying out this Adept Cosmetics custom palette with me. Don't forget before you go to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know, are there other indie brands that I should be trying? Because I'm really enjoying this and would love to hear your guys' suggestions. I will see you next time, witches.